On, but all in all, I don't think that Sydney have been disadvantaged by that.
With the sub-BT as well, take Johnson off, who's kicked a couple of goals. Duffield is a player that has only had 3 disposals for the game. I thought that may have been a better swap.
Start of the last quarter. Fremantle by 38 points. Big task ahead of Sydney here, Silvani. And you look at Silvani back in the back line for Fremantle, Jono. You look at Roger Hayden back in the back line. All of a sudden, they're starting to get a bit of that back line they've become renowned for together.
Yeah, they certainly are. And look, the 2 keys so far this year have been McFarlane and Grover. They've been the 2 that when they've played together, they've generally had a good victory, because I think they have,
but they've missed those. They've missed the other components of that back 6, which they've had for years.
They have. And they're starting to get a little bit more settled, as you said. Broughton's the other one who is starting to provide a fair bit of run the last 3 weeks. Had 32-32, and he's up to 28 already today.
Roberts-Thompson in position here. Grover pursues him.
I think, BT, you're right, though. The key to being a good, consistent side is having a back 6. If you can get your back 6 in place regularly, obviously everyone sustains injuries. I did find if your back 6 stays together, you know, it does allow you to stay in most games if you've got a really good back 6.
And the throw-in takes place. Kieran Jack went screaming past the ball. In the end, pretty slippery one to handle. Like I said earlier, 5th spot available. I think it's 6th spot is available for the winner today. Can't quite get past West Coast in 5th position. Nevertheless, these teams in 7th and 8th, starting today's game, can advance up the ladder. Fremantle only travelled 3 more times for the year. Those 3 games to Eddie had the rest at Patterson's. Look at the soccer off the ground. Hill did well to put it out in front of Main. Richards is going to be tested here for speed. Main gathers, sells it nicely, back on the left boot, and just put it across the face.
It was interesting then with Teddy Richards' run, he just bolted straight back. He didn't even turn his head a little bit to see where the ball was coming in from. He may have been able to impact that contest a little bit earlier.
I think there's been a little bit of difference. A couple of times Freo coming forward. Looked like they were going to kick it long, but they adjusted their kick. Hill did that really nicely then.
Yep.
And the Swans have been expecting the ball just to go. Pavlich did it once. I think Fife done it a couple of times as well. Just that ability to change the angles a couple of times been the real difference.
Jack to Goods. Goods the front position. Free kick. Adam Goods will get a look at the sticks. Got to go and get his own ball, Adam. No one's going to get it for him.
Boundary umpire throws it back, BT. Very good.
That's what happens when you win a couple of Brownlows.
The umpires help you out, you reckon, Jono? Now, he realises the time issue, although he'll take plenty of time once he gets back to have a look at it. Adam Good to give them a twinkle of hope, the Sydney Swans. From only 25 metres out, kick on the way, it's a goal. They're back within 33 and they're not done with yet.
Yeah, look, I think on this ball ground, Jono, you can get back into the game, but you do have to dominate the centre bounces. Quick kick in again. Yeah, he wrapped him up. You can't sort of double wrap the arms. And probably didn't need to do it lower there. I reckon the ball, Goodsy probably even misjudged that ball a little bit. Looked like it might have been going back over his head. And he did have support behind him, Mazungo. But just gives the Swans a little bit of hope. They really do need to get this centre clearance and get another quick one.
Adam Goods gets his first goal of the game. His 334 career goal. He's pushing towards 300 games, Adam Goods, 292 at the moment, so he's going to become a 300-game player before long.
Interesting, Harvey's got 2 loose players now that centre bounce behind the... So he's almost shut the game down now, BT. He's got 2 players. Barlow, the fresh player's back. I think it's Silvani over the other side, back as well. So 2 players off that centre bounce.
So he's looking to make it very hard with the extra 2 in defence. Kennedy, and that's why there's so many loose Sydney players around the ball. Kicks to Richards, or is it O'Keefe? It's the latter, and he found room, O'Keefe, somehow.
And it can be a gamble there, BT, because what you're doing so early in the game is, it means if you win it, you're never going to score. Now, you don't have to score necessarily, but you can see here, sometimes when you get a zoning defence like that, the defenders start to think, oh, I'm not going to pick my man up. And Ryan O'Keefe found space quite easily there.
Rain stop. This is a huge kick. I'm sensing a comeback here, Jono. If O'Keefe can dob this, it's back to 27. He lines up. It's not a difficult kick, and he misses it poorly to the left.
Yeah, we're disappointed with that because you're right. Generally, Sydney, if they are down, you play them here at the SCG, they'll go hard for the first 10 minutes of the last quarter, try and get that momentum back because they get on a roll here, they can score quite quickly.
Back into play here, up they fly. McPhee, hands. Melcheski gives them a chance. Goods trying to just nudge his man Broughton under the ball a little bit, or is it Ibbotson? It's Ibbotson. There goes Goods now, a tackle by Savani. Ibbotson has another crack.
I think Johnny Long might be thinking in the coach box, where was this intensity, late in that third quarter? Clearly, the Swans mentioned, John, come out in this first 10 minutes, have really lifted, but is it too little too late? They really need to get the next one quickly.
McGlynn's got a free here, a hold. Goes back, has a look at the long stuff. Reid offers in front. Roberts-Thompson got the momentum with a big body going forward. Hard to stop when that happens. What do they do here? I think he's going to ping him. He is. The line on top of the ball. Free kick, Fremantle. Bruce Roberts-Thompson has kicked 3 goals today. This man has been very, very impressive most of the game. Kicks out in the direction of Griffin, off hands over the back. Teddy Richards.
Still got Barlow in the back 50, just as a free player back there. So still 2 back behind the ball there, Jono.
Yeah, Silvani's the other one who is back. Got a free kick here.
Griffin. You can see those 2 players back before in that stoppage that Bruzier was referring to quite clearly. Griffin now goes down the line looking for Main in front, worked his way into that position. O'Keefe quickly out of traffic. Pavlich with a smother. Takes a bit of gas off the ball. Here's Hanbury in the back, surely. Nothing on there, says the umpire. Hanbury's just got a bit of a whack on the foot as a result. There is Barlow. 15 minutes remain, down by 32, no panic, bit of rain is back again. Very light. Barlow with the handball, wide. Goes down towards Main. The hold here will go against Main. Richards is free. Ray just discussing with Main the finer points of the game. Engaging young man, Ray. I like it. Over the top, McFarlane.
He does seem to get more involved in the game, doesn't he? Is that just an optical illusion, Jono, or does he seem to get more involved in the game? Was it just those 50-50s that he gets involved in?
It's probably more just the 50-50. He loves the contest, Ray, I think, and that's the... and I don't mind at all. I think he's quite a good umpire.
He umpired the grand final last year, so he's obviously at the top of his game. And I think as a player, you like the umpires that are able to engage in conversation with you rather than those that refuse to. There's McFarlane. Took a nice juggling mark on the wing. Kicks it back in the Barlow direction. McPhee over the top.
It just seems, Brian, that Ray has to explain his decisions more than most.
No, but some like the explanation from Ray. I personally think it's entertaining stuff. Kingy. I think he's a fine umpire. They come. Palmer wrapped up in the tackle.
I don't think he likes us talking about him so much.
No, he doesn't, because that would be unfair, wouldn't it? And I don't think he does like it, actually, the diminutive man. Umpire just throwing it up. Jack through traffic. Up in the end by Lower. Hanbury went without it. Scrappy old affair at the moment. Sydney need to find some open space. Fremantle players on the footy there, so now if you get a wide shot soon, and you can see the players that Roosie's talking about behind the ball for Fremantle. Reed's got nothing to kick to at all. A Roberts-Thompson contest, and that's about it. Woods gets back now. Haynes Grover, can he trap it? No.
Great spoil by Silvani on that occasion, because if that ball had got over the back, Jeddah was there ready to pounce on it, and with his speed, would have run into an open goal.
For doing the ruck work, straight to Fife, who's played the game of his life here today. Palmer, McGlynn, the little hard man, bouncing off a couple, got it to Melcheski. Grover gets the free.
I think you mentioned space, BT. I think at some point, it probably won't be too far off, the Swans have got to take all their forwards back inside 50, take them really deep, and just try and create some space between the stoppage and their forward 50.
He works it back up in that direction now. Robertson.
Mark Harvey will be happy with this, with his two players back, and just plenty of numbers around the ball now, numbers around the stoppages.
Players back there now, as Rosie mentioned, Zach Clark. We might even get a look at it from this stoppage here. The umpire will ball it up again.
You're spot on, Rosie.
There they are there.
They need to adjust, don't they? The Swans forwards, the two that are up in amongst the contest, need to put themselves in a dangerous position.
Farland with the thump from behind. So at the moment, 32 points Fremantle, 12.5 minutes remain.
Because they've dominated the stoppages all day. They're going to get the ball forward. Now they're getting it forward to 3-on-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Fremantle looking for 3 in a row, coming off the bye of got West Coast over at Patterson's next week. Big game for them, so to go in chock full of confidence out of this would be important for them. And of course, still searching for the top 4 finish. Umpire goes over in the contest there. Pavlich almost locked this game down. Fremantle, as Roosie's alluded to, a couple of times just turned it into a bit of a fight. Fife to Pavlich, found some space on the left, centering kick. Palmer can run onto this. Out they come now. Attacking the ball was Grundy, did well. Straight through the middle. Had to go wide to Reed. There was nothing else on down the ground. And McFarlane held his ground well.
I tell you, they've made it really hard for young Sam Reed today, the Swans. Their kicking to their forwards has been pretty ordinary. And Grundy took a risk, went up the centre of the ground, but you've just got to be able to find a target.
A little bit of contact to the umpire there from Craig Bird. You can see it here. Not much. Probably end in some sort of fine. Mumford not happy with the free awarded against him to Clark. Richards claims the mark. Now they take the risk and they go to the middle. There's 2 there. Hanbury's 1. Oh, he gave the handball when he wasn't looking. Oh, no. Just didn't time it well at all. Still got the numbers here, Sydney. Couldn't quite pick it up. Parker now goes and gets it. Hanbury's handball was ordinary. Still got the numbers, believe it or not, Sydney. Palmer, can he upset it though and get it to the boundary? He's trying desperately to do so. And now he sits on the ball and he's going to be picked. No, he's not.
There's a golden opportunity there for Hanbury. I think it was a Parker going past, but he actually handballed it when he gets back to it. Then he had another crack at Hannah's and grasped the next one. So they were in the corridor, they were away, and just too many errors today for the Swans.
The boundary again.
Just think, Jono, too, you mentioned before, I mean, Broughton's had 31, 5-29, lower 28. You know, some big numbers from some of their key midfielders.
Desperate Barlow diving on that ball there. He'll just play the quarter of football here today on his return. Of course, Barlow last played in round 13 against Melbourne at the MCG, so he's missed 2 games plus the bye. There's Michael Barlow.
And you mentioned those stats then, Roosie, After Lower with 28, it goes to Ballantyne with 16. So without the 3 on top, might have been a bit more of a battle for Fremantle.
Here is Michael Barlow. Kicking long. Off-hand Smith. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick where he's short.
The difference is when you mentioned, I think Broughton, Fife and Lower have certainly been dominant players. Valentine 17 and 3 goals. The Swans just haven't really had a dominant player pretty much most of the day.
Got Jetta out here. They couldn't get it long enough to him. They had to go to the shorter option. Jetta's still out. He'll now receive the ball, but the kick wasn't up, and Jetta didn't get down either. Mazungu over the top. Lower. Saw the traffic coming and didn't take clean possession as a result. Jetta. Long handball. Hanbury. On the left, Good slipped over just as he was setting himself for the mark. Roberts Thompson confronted by Fife. Did he put the head or duck it, or is it high? It's the latter, it's high. Still got to tackle correctly even if the head is down. Roberts Thompson, high ball, Reid launches over the back, Hanbury to the open goal, got it! Some chance yet, 26 points down.
Yeah, it just gives him a sneaky chance, doesn't it? It's just a bit of a hope, hit and hope from, I think it was Lewis Roberts Thompson. Got a free kick here, head down, Fife. Just got to stand off in that situation. Not a lot you can do other than stand off and let him stand up. Kick the ball in long, see Hanbury here. That's a nice finish. Just gives the Swans a sneaky chance, but they certainly need this next centre clearance.
"26 points adrift Sydney. Consecutive goals for them. Has them with some real purpose in front of them now. Mumford, there's the clearance you want, Roosie, and it's going to be a deep one because Bird's got the ball, goes long inside 50, reads out position. Hayden over the back, and a rush behind brings it back to 25 points in favour of Fremantle. Can they lock it in this end of the ground, Sydney? They've gone one-on-one, Fremantle, everywhere on the ground. Goods in front, strong mark.
Yeah, it's just got to pump it in the top of the square.
He does exactly that. They've got 3 opportunities there. Big mark over the top, couldn't quite get it. Was it Hanbury? It was. Comes back in his direction. Magnificent attempt by the small man. Barlow, handball intercepted. Regained possession, Barlow hammers it forward. And Richards is going to beat Griffin back in the foot race. And he does, but Main forces him to kick around the body. They're having a dip here at the moment, Sydney. They've got just a little bit of a snifter.
Snifter.
Yes, they have.
Hanbury just, here it is. Oh, gee whiz. He'd like to have that one over again, although it is slippery down there.
Dry ball.
Yeah, dry ball, yeah.
But once again, they get another look. Mumford forward with the knock.
I think you really here, Jono, just that Mumford needs to flip this one back in the corridor. Under normal circumstance, you wouldn't do that because you wouldn't want to open yourself up. But I think you just got to take a risk and flip it over your head rather than dropping it in short.
Good's clever tap to McVeigh. That was on. You could see it with the movement by McVeigh. De Boer did well to strip the ball by Smother. Ballantyne to the advantage of Main. It was really well done. Kept it alive. Here's McPhee. Clean at ground level, but Richards in the tackle. Ball spills out.
The rain's come at the right time for Fremantle today, Brian. They've got those 6 goals in quick succession, and it's coming quite hard now.
Great tap by Goods, wasn't it?
Great tap. That's the sort of proactive work they need around the stoppages forward to centre.
Taking a little bit of a risk. They're out of Goods. Palmer, quick boot to ball, just across the face, but they retain it at their forward end here, Fremantle. Had the breakthrough win here last year, the Fremantle Dockers. And looking for another one today. Holds no fears now, the SCG for them. Lower. McGlynn. Fast hands. Goods looking to draw the player. McGlynn did well to keep it alive. Now Hayden closing down on the ball. He'll get it around the back. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Iffy handball. O'Keefe out of trouble. Gets it on to Parker. Parker goes home with a goal. They're within 19 points, Sydney.
I mean, we're yet to know what's going to happen, Jono, but it was interesting early in the quarter when Harvey decided to drop those two players back at the centre bounces. It was, and look, I'm not suggesting it's the wrong thing to do. Clearly they're still in front, but it just changes the mindset of the players a little bit, doesn't it? It just sort of sends a message that you really want to be defensive. Now, there's no chance to score in that situation, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the game does pan out.
That passage of play, BT. McGlynn down here on the boundary line to keep that ball alive. That's where the goal was created from.
Jono, they're coming back. You weren't a believer. You had to be a converted person in that area. You're now with us because they're down by 19 with lots of time. 7 minutes, in fact. Zungu with the trip. And a free for Freo. De Boer. Been impressive today, De Boer. 14th touch for him. Sign 50, Fremantle with the numbers. Richards with the big fist over the top. Lewis Jetta here got some numbers on the inside. They go again. The handball just had too much firmness about it. Richards tidied it up. They work it forward again, Sydney. They're great at this. This is what they do the best. O'Keefe's got the free here. They'll move it quickly. Goods is running towards goal. It goes long to Reid. Reid in the one-on-one contest. Goods over the back. He's got the strength. He kicks the goal. They're back within 13 points. Oh boy, wow,
Yeah, well, it's been a terrific turnaround. They're just winning every one-on-one contest, and now they're starting to just get it in long, but not too deep. I think that's the key to the kick here from O'Keefe. Really nice kick going into the forward 50, but it's not too deep. And Goodsy, really nice play there. Holds off Grover. Grover goes to ground, and certainly at 13 points, they are absolutely right back in this game.
They have the two, BT. Goods and O'Keefe, they're the two. Goods has kicked 2 goals for the quarter. O'Keefe now got up to 5 disposals as well. They're the two senior players you're asking for, Roosie, to allow them to get back into it.
4 goals in a row. They're back within 13. You heard Paul Roos's comments early in this quarter. Fremantle went defensive with 2 behind the ball very, very early. And now Fremantle's Barlow works it forward, but they'll get another look. This is great stuff. Kennelly with a handball that wasn't great, but a free and a kick to the head there of the Sydney player. I couldn't quite see who it was. It was accidental.
Smith, is it? Nick Smith, yeah.
He got a boot right in the head. Oh, what an amazing turnaround in this game. Smith driving ball. It'll fall into space here over the back. Mazungu will give chase. He can't go deliberate though, and he hasn't.
It's really coming down now, Brian. It's absolutely teeming with rain. I think it's going to be a very straight line game now. There's the Smith decision. We see that is definitely in the back, but there's going to be no quality ball use from here forward.
Oh, suck it up, Kingy. A bit of rain down there for 10 or so minutes. Won't hurt you. Here's Pavlich. 5 jumped early, had to wait in the air for the ball. And look at Sydney really having a crack in there now. Around the corner was Barlow. He's got a lot of the ball since coming on a 3/4 time, but here they go again, Sydney. They're down by 13 points. They go into attack with a bird ball that was a little short. Did well, McVeigh. Caught in the tackle. And a ball up 45 out from Sydney's goal.
They're certainly putting a lot of pressure on now.
Look at the space at the Fremantle end of the ground. Look at the players within the 30-metre perimeter of the ball. Here comes Lewis Jetta and Hayden happy over the line. They were 38 points down. Sydney at 3/4 time. They're now down 13.
15-6 inside 50s. Handball receipts is the one. 31 they had in the 3rd quarter. Fremantle, they've only had 6 so far in the last quarter.
Smith, boot to ball. Can it get over the top? Not quite.
Even a point there would have been handy because it's 13. You need 3 anyway, so just need to knock that through and make it a 2-score game.
4 minutes 28. A nervous Sydney box. Mumford down, danger. Fife gets it and just whacks it out of the area, but it's going to come back because I get in the field, Matner's going to run under this one. He gathers assistance from Grundy. Grundy goes back into the middle. Finds Melcheski, game 100. Got it away. A bit of a half spiral inside 50. An awkward ball to catch. Ibbotson along the ground. Hannanbury. He goes short or long. He sends it long. It's back in the danger zone. Roberts Thompson over the top and Ibbotson. They are under relentless attack here at the moment, Fremantle. They kicked 6 goals in a row to end the third quarter, Fremantle. Sydney have got the next 4. McGlynn, a tiny man, sends it long and high to Shaw. Hill, McFarlane. Shaw kept it alive. McVeigh gets a look at the goal with a right foot banana. He's kicked it. One of the goals of the year. They're back. They are back. Sydney within 7 points.
Well, John, we're up in the box here with that goal, and we'd love to see that one again. I'm sure we will, but I mean, McVeigh from the boundary line. BT mentioned the pressure the Swans have been putting on. This is just an exceptional goal. Firstly, Shaw keeps it in, but watch the composure here. That's an absolute deliberate attempt to go from the boundary line, and that puts Sydney back to within 7 points.
Classical, classy, brave. They are back within 7. What a miracle goal from McVeigh. Look at them surging forward now. Got it forward here, Jack. Gives them another chance. Goods in the hunt, free kick. Mark paid, Fremantle. It'll go to the Fremantle Dockers. Ibbotson out to Mazungu, but they can't get a mark to take a bit of time off the clock. 3:13 remaining. Mazungu's got the fumbles. That was a scoreboard fumble, make no mistake. Here they come. McVeigh to Smith. Smith inside. Hayden's got to go. Down low, they both went hard. McGlynn was really hard at the ball. Cracking last couple of minutes here. Picked up by McVeigh. A deliberate ball to Goods. Couldn't get it. McVeigh was there. Picked up by McGlynn. Gave the handball in. There's the behind. There's the behind they needed.
How good was Ben McGlynn?
Yeah, Benny McGlynn.
He did that one turn and then went again and then pushed forward and created that score.
His attack on the ball today has been exceptional. 4 or 5 times.
Kick back into play, 2:41 remaining. Mumford over the top. Sydney are going to get yet another look here. They've got the stoppage, 2:35 remaining. They're down by a goal. Fremantle have stopped. Crowd, regardless of the rain, have ventured down to the perimeter piping to catch the last couple of this one. Ballantyne forward, went hard. Grundy picks up, gathers. Melcheski's got a lethal left foot. He goes long and deep. Penetrating ball. Over the top, the Dockers. Off hands, McGlynn couldn't handle it. Picked up in the end here by, I think it might have been Kennedy. Gave it to a man lying down, Mumford. Did he kick it or handball it? Umpire said it was knocked out on the tackle. Fremantle, desperate to get it out of the area. Robertson, free kick. This is the chance for Fremantle to maintain possession. 2 minutes left.
Oh, no. 50 metres, BT.
Oh, no, because he didn't give the ball back straight away. Oh, boy. Got to give it straight back, he said. And a huge 50. That happened beyond centre-half forward for Sydney, and he's gone inside 50. That is a whopping 50. De Boer from 50 metres out has missed.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's put the ball right down the other end of the ground, though, BT, so it's not a bad result for the Fremantle Dockers. They'd rather have had a point. Still gives the Swans a chance, but it's right down the other end of the ground.
Now, knock through for a point here wouldn't hurt Fremantle. Bad throw, and the umpire's recalled it. The field umpire has recalled this and said, little man with the slinging arm, throw the thing to the middle of the ground. Not to the Fremantle goal.
Jono, that's gone to the same spot again.
It has. Unbelievable. A point for Freo will seal it, I reckon.
Fremantle's kick.
Fremantle have got a free kick for a throw. Directly in front by the umpire. 100 metres off the ball. Lower.
Was that the guy in the middle that paid a beat?
Yes, it was. Definitely. The replay is going to be interesting. Lower checks where the mark is. First thing you should do is a set shot goal kicker. Here it is on replay. Yes, throw technically.
Good call. And good on Lower. He's taking his full 30 seconds here. Smart play.
1 minute 10 remaining for a Fremantle Dockers win. He kicks the goal. Lower's got the goal. Fremantle are going to win, you would think.
Well, I think it was 38, BT, you mentioned, so it was always going to be a long, long way back. And the problem, Jono, is there's just no margin for error whatsoever. And we've seen Swans dominate the contest. Fremantle have been very defensive this whole last quarter, but they've really only needed to kick one goal, and they've just got it. So it certainly makes it almost impossible now.
It does.
If he had let it go on the tackle and not continued to tap the ball in, he wouldn't have been pinged probably.
Canelli just throws the ball back. Ball doesn't get that deep.
Well, here we go, a minute left. They've got to kick 2 straight goals here, Sydney. Pavlich out of the middle. Gaining some traction is Bird. Gained another 10, but out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just been an interesting game, isn't it? 50-metre penalties, free kicks. Free kick to Ballantyne after a goal had already been scored. So it's certainly been an amazing game from an umpiring point of view.
I think there's been about 5 50s paid today. It's a lot. So Fremantle appear to have come and conquered again in Sydney. Only just. Sydney kicking 5 goals to 1 in this last quarter. Mumford to Grover. And a boundary throw in the Sydney attacking 50. 33 seconds remaining. Need a goal here to stop the clock, Sydney. G. Goods came through at speed. It was exactly what was needed. It was just a miss, though. Clock spinning down now. Melcheski, he's got a long left boot. 17 seconds, needs to stop the clock with an immediate goal. Reid goes deep, off hands. Here's the dangerous Jeddah. He's missed. Jeddah has missed. And the clock is going to expire. Lewis Jeddah, the sub. The goal umpire neatly puts the flags back in there. And Fremantle are going to survive to record their 3rd consecutive victory, setting up a derby next weekend. Derby with the West Coast Eagles. And Fremantle have won in a great contest here at the SCG. Consecutive wins for them on this ground. And the Dockers supporters that have travelled east are ecstatic. Wow, Jono, Sydney were very, very gallant, weren't they?
They were very gallant. It was the 3rd quarter, though, where they'll be disappointed with the most. They had to really fight back, and the umpires are copying it from the crowd, but it was the 7-3 to 2-2 in the 3rd quarter that set up the victory for the Fremantle Dockers.
Razor Ray leads the men in yellow in. And they cop a fair old going over as they go up the race, which is not a great look for our game. But I tell you what, Fremantle have won. And I think David King is down there with Matthew Pavlich.
Well, Matthew Pavlich, that was an amazing game. A great win in the end. You toughed it right out.
Mate, we did. You know, we know coming here against Sydney, it's always a ridiculously hard battle. It's a small ground, and when the conditions are like this, You have to absolutely give your all for 4 quarters because we know what Sydney are going to dish up. So, to the boys' credit, we hung in there. That third quarter was outstanding, and to play the game out like that, even though they were coming strong, was very pleasing.
An 8-point game in a lot of ways. You really needed to win this one away from home just to cement that spot in the final 8.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we've been pretty happy with our form away from Subiaco. We certainly early in the year, you know, we went to Brisbane, went to Adelaide, and got some great victories. The last few weeks going to Melbourne, we were poor, but felt as though we really galvanised the group in the bye, and to play like we did today is really pleasing.
Big rumour Lady Gaga in town. You no doubt be catching up later on.
It's one of the weirdest questions I've ever had post a game, but yeah, be straight back to Perth, mate, so no dramas there.
Well done, congratulations, great win.
Oh, Pav, get with it, mate. Lady Gaga, she's the lady about town. Big win here, going to take a break and talk this one over on the other side of it. An 11-point win for the Fremantle Dockers. They have won now 3 games in a row, and their season is coming to life.